Okay, so it's nearly 2 o'clock on Saturday, and I found out this morning that this is National Grief Awareness Day. And I suppose I really wanted to do this to give a little bit of insight into what it's like. I'm sitting here where I have been since this morning. I haven't even got in the shower. I'm sitting staring out the window, watching unbelievably crap telly. And it just got me to thinking about how I feel every day. I woke up this morning and before I'd even opened my eyes, I could hear Leigh's name in my head. And it just made me think, she's not here anymore. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and wash my hair, make myself a little bit more presentable, and then tell you about some of the things that I think people need to know about grief, and maybe some of the things that will give people a little bit of hope. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, that's me back from the mammoth task that takes me to do my hair. I'm joined by Leigh's little kitty. Hello, Tabby. I really hope that this can provide some kind of help. I know that if I'd had the chance, I would really have liked to have been able to get some insight from somebody who'd actually been through it and give me some hope. It was 2 years ago that I lost Leigh, and she was my baby and my best friend. And sometimes it feels like yesterday, and other times it just feels like a lifetime ago. And yet, the longer she's away, the more I miss her. She was like every other human being. She had her flaws, but she also had this unbelievable light and love in her, and people loved her. And I just miss having her here to hug and laugh with, just be normal. And I don't have that normal anymore. However, I do have fun times and I can smile. And I don't feel guilty for doing that anymore. I just feel sad. But it's amazing how grief can take you hostage. And it can happen at any time of the day, lots of times a day, not so many times a day. But when it takes you hostage, it really, reality bites. And it can be the smallest of things. It can be looking in the cupboard and seeing some of her favourite food, or putting on a pair of shoes that were hers, getting into a car, a piece of music playing, a smell of perfume, something on TV, sun, her friends, my friends, family, her cat. And all of them, they're a reality, and you can't get away from them. And I suppose it's just one of those things that you have to embrace, because sometimes it's a good thing, even though it's sad. But when you get those reality times, sometimes they just bite so hard, and it's such an indescribable feeling. The closest I can get, and I've used this example quite a lot. So you know when you fall off the edge of a curb, or you've just lifted money and you turn around and you think your purse is gone and you get that kind of panic. That's what it's like, only times a million. And it's just unbearable. And I suppose your body only lets you, and your body and your mind only lets you have so much of that, because it would kill you. It's such an overwhelming and overpowering feeling that I don't think you could survive. And I suppose that gets me to another point. I always said, and I even said it to Leigh, that I didn't think I could live without her. But I am. And I'm doing it for her, and for my friends and family, and for me. And it's amazing how that makes you feel guilty because you think if I can live, then I couldn't have loved her as much as I thought. And I know that's irrational. And when I'm thinking rationally, which I can, I know that's not true. Because everybody knows, including Leigh, how much I loved her. So, there is hope for people. You can survive. And I survive. And I enjoy seeing a blue sky and the sun and the birds. My friends. Because of this little one here. She's incredible and still remains incredible. And all I know is that if I hadn't had her, I wouldn't be feeling like this. So this is all down to how much love that we shared between us. So, smile, which I can. I just want everyone to know that there is hope. And I've got so many friends that I've now met because of this truly awful thing that's happened. And I think of them all the time. And they also give me hope. And I've got such amazing friends and family. And this is probably another message that's good for people to hear. I know people worry about me being on my own, but sometimes I like that. And sometimes it's good for me. But don't ever leave me alone too long. Anyway, I really hope that people get an idea of just what we have to go through every day. Because I know that to anyone who's not lost a child, you're staring at the face of your worst nightmare. And I know what that feels like because I've been there. However, I am a human being. I can be happy. I can be sad. And I just need people to continue to talk about Leigh. And ask me if I'm okay. And give me the space when I need it. But just always love me. Let me love you. And always love Leigh.